Beneath the shade of ancient temples in Bali, a couple walks slowly hand in hand. The scent of incense drifts through the air around them. They aren't tourists rushing for a few photos before moving on. They stop, they watch, they quietly feel something bigger than themselves, a place where faith and love exist in the same moment. Not far away, drums begin to sound. A procession moves forward, dressed in traditional clothing, full of color. They carry offerings toward the temple. On their shoulders are towering trays of fruit, hand-woven fabrics prepared carefully over many days. Smoke from the incense rises into the air. It blends with the sound of chanting deep and steady. This ritual has repeated for hundreds of years unchanged. This isn't a performance for the camera. This is how Indonesians live, where daily life and spiritual life are never separate. Beyond the temples, this country holds an entirely different world. Tens of thousands of islands scattered across the ocean. Coastal waters, where fishermen still head out each morning, just as their ancestors did. Rivers winding through dense rainforest. And when the harvest season comes to an end, the rice terraces turn a deep golden color. They stretch out toward the horizon. The result of a year of labor of faith and of a bond between people and the land that has never broken. This is Indonesia. A country of over 270 million people living across thousands of islands, each one carrying its own rhythm, each one carrying its own story. In the middle of Indonesia lies an island where religion, art, and daily life blend into one Bali. Unlike most of Muslim-majority Indonesia, Bali is the only island that has held on to its Hindu faith for centuries. Every morning before starting their work, Balinese women place small offerings made of banana leaves in front of home shops, even motorbikes. These are called Kanang Sari, a thank you offered to the gods repeated every single day without fail. For the Balinese, religion isn't a separate ritual from daily life, it is daily life. Walking the narrow streets of Ubud or Denpasar, you'll pass hundreds of temples, large and small, every village home to at least one of its own. Locals believe every household also needs its own small shrine to keep balance between people, nature, and the divine. Lush green rice terraces stretch across the island's interior, irrigated by an ancient system called Subak, a network managed by farming communities themselves for over 1,000 years. This isn't just an agricultural technique. Subak is a philosophy of life built on harmony between people, land, and the gods. During major festivals, entire villages prepare together, from weaving fabric to cooking to performing traditional dances passed down through generations. Balinese children learn to dance almost alongside learning to walk and talk. It's an inseparable part of their childhood identity. At early morning, markets vendors still wear traditional dress, chatting and trading in native Balinese, a language entirely distinct from standard Indonesian. Bali has become a globally famous tourist destination, but behind the luxury resorts, spiritual and agricultural traditions carry on, almost unchanged. Many families still live in traditional multi-building compounds, where 3 or 4 generations share the same household. Elders pass down knowledge of ritual farming and wood and stone carving to their grandchildren, keeping traditional crafts from fading away. On full moon nights, the sound of gamelan orchestras rises from the temples, a traditional bronze instrument, creating a sound unlike anywhere else in the world. For the Balinese life isn't measured by personal achievement, but by balance between people and the universe around them. Even amid the hard work of the rice fields, they still take time each day to pray, to offer gifts, to remind themselves of their small place within a much larger order. Living on an island where spirit and daily life can never be separated, the Balinese have found a way to preserve their identity even as the island changes rapidly under the wave of global tourism. In northern Bali, there's a still active volcano overlooking a vast lake, sitting inside its own ancient crater Batur. For the people living at its base, this isn't just a famous viewpoint. Mount Batur is considered one of the holiest mountains in local Balinese Hindu belief. Every morning before sunrise, many locals still climb to the summit to watch dawn break, not just for the view, but as a spiritual journey. trail winds through dry volcanic rock, a stark contrast to the lush green of the rest of Bali. Coffee grown on the slopes of Mount Batur is considered among the best in Indonesia, thanks to the altitude and unique soil. Locals often serve visitors a hot cup roasted and ground right at home, using traditional methods passed down through generations. This knowledge is passed down by word of mouth, found in no textbook. Lake Batur, right at the mountain's base, supplies water to thousands of households and tens of thousands of hectares of rice fields across Bali. For locals, protecting this water source isn't just a duty, it's a spiritual obligation. Children here grow up hearing about past eruptions, not as disasters, but as part of the natural cycle that has shaped life across the whole region. Some families have lived for 3 or 4 generations on the same land, right beneath a mountain that could wake at any moment. It's clear proof of how Indonesians across many different islands have learned to live in harmony beside the volcanoes that shape the very land they call home. Off the northeast coast of Bali lie 3 small islands where not a single motorbike, not a single car is allowed to operate the Gili Islands. On these islands, the only ways to get around are on foot by bicycle or by traditional horse-drawn cart called a sidomo. For the people living here, this slow pace of life isn't a tourism marketing choice. It's how they lived long before tourists ever found these islands. Every early morning before tourists, wake fishermen head out on small wooden boats using traditional techniques passed down from their fathers. The water around the Gili Islands is clear enough to spot sea turtles swimming near shore, an animal locals regard as sacred and in need of protection. There's no natural fresh water on the islands, so drinking water must be shipped from the main island of Lombok, a challenge locals have learned to adapt to over the years. The community here is tightly bonded, where neighbors help each other with daily tasks, from repairing boats to building homes. At night, with no city lights to compete, the sky fills with stars so clear that locals still use them to navigate the sea after dark. The morning fish market is where the whole community gathers, trading not just seafood, but news and everyday stories of this small island. This is the kind of community where no one is truly alone, because everyone's survival is tied to those around them. For the people of Gili, this small island isn't a place cut off from the world. It is their entire world, complete in its own way. Living on an island with no engines, no city noise, the people of Gili have found a rhythm of life. Many other places lost long ago. As the capital and most populous city in Indonesia, Jakarta is home to over 10 million people, crammed into daily life together. It's a city of contrasts, modern skyscrapers standing beside traditional markets that have existed for hundreds of years. During rush hour, Jakarta's streets turn into a sea of motorbikes, millions weaving through each other to reach work every morning. For many families, a motorbike isn't just transportation, it's a mobile shop, a delivery vehicle, a way to carry kids to school, sometimes carrying a family of 4 or 5 on a single bike. Hidden behind the main boulevards are thousands of small alleyways where real daily life actually happens. Street vendors push their carts through every lane, calling out breakfast offerings with distinct sounds locals can recognize instantly. Every morning, small roadside eateries fill up fast, where workers, students, and laborers sit together for breakfast before starting a long day. It isn't just a meal, it's a moment of community connection within an enormous, high-pressure city. Many families live in densely packed neighborhoods where houses sit so close together you can hear the neighbors talking. But that closeness creates a tight support network. Neighbors watch each other's kids share food, get through hard days together. Jakarta is also where people from across Indonesia's islands converge, each bringing their own language, food, and customs from home. This makes the city a miniature portrait of an entire nation made up of more than 17,000 islands. On weekends, many families still keep the habit of visiting large mosques to pray, an essential part of life for most of Indonesia's Muslim majority. The call to prayer rings out 5 times a day from thousands of mosques across the city, becoming a familiar sound that marks the rhythm of time for all of Jakarta. The city faces serious challenges: heavy traffic, air pollution, and land slowly sinking into the sea. But amid all these difficulties, the people of Jakarta still find ways to hold on to optimism, humor, and a sense of community, deeply rooted in their culture. Some families have lived 3 generations in the same neighborhood, watching the city change by the day, while still holding on to their core values. Living in one of the most crowded cities on Earth, the people of Jakarta have learned to find peace amid the chaos and community amid a sea of strangers. In eastern Indonesia lies an island where humans and the world's largest lizard share the same land, Komodo Island. The Komodo dragon, a giant lizard that can grow up to 3 meters long, has lived on this island for millions of years before humans ever arrived. Children here are taught about the danger of Komodo dragons almost as soon as they can walk, learning to recognize footprints, scent, and signs that a dragon is nearby. Locals don't consider Komodo dragons enemies. Homes here are often built on tall stilts, partly to avoid flooding, but also as a precaution to keep a safe distance from this giant reptile. Most residents make their living fishing, heading out each early morning on traditional wooden boats, drawing on the rich waters surrounding the islands. This is one of the most biodiverse marine areas in the world, where sharks, manta rays, and countless other marine species coexist within a single ecosystem. Locals understand that their livelihood depends entirely on preserving the balance of both the ocean and the island. Life on Komodo Island is harsher than in many other parts of Indonesia. The long dry season leaves the land parched, fresh water scarce. But people here have learned to adapt over generations, making the most of every drop of rain, every patch of farmable land. Living on an island where the line between humans and the wild barely exists, the people of Komodo have found a way to survive, not by conquering nature, but by learning to respect it. Deep in the interior of Bali, surrounded by forests and lush green rice terraces, Ubud has long been considered the cultural and spiritual heart of the island. Before becoming a globally famous tourist destination, this was once a small town where art, religion, and farming life were tightly interwoven for centuries. The people of Ubud still follow a rhythm shaped by the Balinese calendar, a complex time system that determines which days are right for planting, for weddings, or for offering gifts to the gods. Every morning before opening a shop or heading to the fields, Ubud's women still take time to prepare small offerings, placing them by the door as a prayer for a peaceful day. Traditional wood carving and painting run deep in the lives of people here, passed from generation to generation within families and the small workshops lining the streets. Many families still live in traditional multi-building compounds, where grandparents, parents, and children share the household and the responsibility of caring for the family shrine. The rice terraces around Ubud are still farmed, using the ancient Subak irrigation system, an agricultural method tied to belief where water is seen as a sacred gift from the gods. Farmers here don't just work for a living, they believe farming itself is a form of spiritual practice, a way to maintain harmony between people and the universe. In the evenings, the sound of gamelan orchestras still rises from small temples, accompanying traditional dances performed by villagers themselves, not professional performers. Children in Ubud learn to dance, to play traditional instruments, almost alongside learning to read and write, seeing it as an essential part of becoming truly Balinese. Local artisans still work diligently in small workshops, carving fine details into wood and silver, creating pieces that take weeks, even months, to complete. This isn't work driven by volume for them. Every piece carries a part of its maker's spirit. The morning art market in Ubud is where the whole community gathers, not just to trade goods, but to exchange news, maintaining social bonds that have lasted for generations. Though tourism has brought many changes to this small town, the people of Ubud still work hard to protect the rituals and customs that shape their identity. Many families refuse to sell farmland, even at high prices, because for them, land isn't just an asset, it's a heritage that must be preserved for future generations. Living at the cultural heart of Bali, the people of Ubud have found a way to balance welcoming the outside world with preserving the traditional soul of their own home, a balance that's never easy in an era of globalization.